first-time viewer of Zakat Hour, what is the Zakat and Sadaqah Trust Fund, and what do you do? Before we delve into our topic today, our topic will be, let me just let you know before we get to that, is harnessing the global Zakat potential in addressing the SDGs, that's the Sustainable Development Goals. So how are we harnessing the global Zakat potential to impact the SDGs? So, Alaj.
Yeah, thank you very much. As you asked rightly, the Zakat and Sadaqah Trust Fund is today the only formalized Zakat mobilization, management, and disbursement institution that uses strong corporate governance practices to ensure that Zakat is mobilized, is managed, and disbursed in accordance with the Quran chapter 9, verse 60, as it is. And it was initiated by the Muslim caucus in Parliament and supported by a good number of Muslim businessmen and technocrats and so many government ministries. For example, the police service is a leading subscriber, followed by the Ghana Army Forces. And today, GRA Muslims have joined us together with the prison service. Many of our brothers in the MDAs are on board, and all of them are adhering to this tenet of the Quran to ensure that the less endowed are actually empowered, and they are living to the expectation of the Quranic precepts. That is the pillar, the third pillar, which is the Zakat as a pillar.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And hopefully GBC will also subscribe to the Zakat and Sadaqah Trust Fund. We know that, Alhaj, you have been journeying around. You went to Indonesia quite recently.
That's right.
Let's just give a snippet of the Indonesia experience before we talk about the SDGs.
Fine. The topic we are going to put across, that is harnessing the global Zakat potential in addressing the Sustainable Development Goals. It's actually derived from the Indonesian experience.
Okay.
That we are, it is intended to reignite interest in formalized Zakat institutions within Ghana and across the world.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is one of the things that we have brought on board, and for our viewers and our subscribers to appreciate.
Right.
You know, if you look at it, Aja, you can see that today the world's wealthiest 1% owns about 43% of the global financial assets. Allah, who is the creator of man, knew this from the very beginning. He enshrined it in the Quran to ensure that we should not create these inequalities and disparities anywhere in the world. So the Zakat was instituted. Imagine if the 1% of global wealthiest owns 43% of the total global financial assets. It means the rest of the 99% only own around 57%. It means, look at what will happen if the Zakat institution is not in place. If you look at the map on the screen, the blue on top, they are, they are among the wealthiest. Where is in red and very red are the critically poor, who cannot even afford the very basic needs of life.
Around the world. Not just the African continent.
Especially, many of them are in sub-Saharan Africa. So the Zakat institution has become so important, and there's a need for it to be formalized. If you look at it, look at the picture. The water that this boy is drinking, you can see for yourself the level of pollution. And the question I'll ask our viewers, should this boy get sick tomorrow, who will be blamed? Is it the government or the community leaders or those who are in charge to provide potable, clean water and sanitation, or what? Thousands of them die every day out of this. This is a picture you are seeing from Ghana. And you can see me standing by one of the ponds.
Water source.
Being fed by others. So globally, Zakat has become so important. And fortunately for Muslim Islamic countries across the world, the Zakat potential put together just in 2024 is between $600 billion to $1 trillion. That's the Zakat potential that we have. Now, you can see over there in the picture, these are children of Ghana. The man standing behind them is me, long before taking over this position. you can see the situation in which they are. No school, no good food, no clothing, no future. And this is happening to us. Meanwhile, there are millions, even across where they are. There are millions across the world who don't know what hunger means. There are millions around who, can afford any level of education they do not have.
Right.
This is a school in the north where we have donated textbooks.
Okay.
A textbook they are seeing for the first time. Meanwhile, they are also going to write the same
exams that the others are.
So this is what Zakat can do.
Right.
This is what Sadaqah can do. But it cannot achieve its aim without a formalized institution. Now, this picture, this is an orphanage, an Islamic orphanage in Accra, Dodowa, the home of Takwa orphanage, where Zakat Fund had to go there with the support of our subscribers to donate. These are orphans. Some do not know where their mothers or their fathers are. Their mother and father is me and you, who will donate through the Zakat Fund, and for them to benefit.
The vulnerable. Absolutely.
Today, they know my name very well because I have been an honor to them. And this is what Zakat Fund is doing.
Absolutely.
Across the world, this is what Zakat Fund has done. These ladies you see across the board, these are all graduates
of
the Waqf institution who have become qualified as lecturers in a Waqf institution, propelled by a Waqf through Zakat system, and they wouldn't have been here if the system had not been in place. So we are actually advocating for our people in Ghana and across the world to accept a formalized Zakat and Waqf systems, so that when the system is working, we'll be able to reach the less endowed.
Absolutely.
No, if you look at it, the country that actually adopted Zakat, starting from Indonesia, today the Zakat potential of Indonesia is about 327 trillion Indonesian rupees, which is about 20 billion cedis. And last year alone, we were able to harness about $3.2 billion. And today, Indonesia, out of the 277 million Muslims, only 500,000 will need Zakat.
Wow.
Because they have empowered the less endowed to a level, they are now well endowed, and they are also giving out the Zakat.
They'll soon eradicate poverty.
And seriously. Today, Indonesia, the hunger is not an issue for them.
Right.
No one goes to bed hungry. So if you come to the SDGs, the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals,
right?
You see, no poverty, zero hunger,
quality for education,
quality education, quality health and well-being,
right?
And more importantly, the goal 10, which is addressing inequalities, either within the country or outside the country, outside nations, is so important that the Zakat institution, at the time of the revelation of the Quran, has enshrined all the 17 SDGs within the Quran. So when you pay Zakat, you're actually meeting all the 17 development goals. And I'm telling you about the figures.
Right.
UK has a potential of 1.5 billion, no, 1.5 trillion Zakat potential.
Wow.
And last year alone, we were able to harness about how much? $227 million. Most of it is spent outside the UK, because those who are within the UK are well off.
So they sent aid outside.
Muslim community in US were able to raise $1.8 million last year alone. Malaysia were able to raise $320 billion through the Zakat institutions. Then you go to India, 200 million Muslims in India, the same thing. South Africa, the same thing. And Ghana, our potential of Zakat